Hey, it's Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com, and I wanted to recap a little bit more about the in-face smile feature. If you aren't familiar with, this is one of my favorite buttons that is in Invisalign. So if you aren't familiar with this feature, you need to start using it. It looks like this. I made it pink so you can recognize it. It's at the top of your grid. I call it in-face smile feature is what I do, but it is so cool. It uses AI in order to show you, the doctor, and also the patient what their smile is going to look like afterwards. Now that sounds like a gimmick, and I know you're saying, oh, it's kind of like the iOS simulator on the iTero, but it's more than that. So I love to use it on harder cases, especially where the midlines might be off, or removing the midlines, or there's a lot of spaces, or there's a lot of crowding, or there's a gummy smile, or really anything where there's a lot of movement on the front teeth, where we might have to make decisions. You know, should we move it this way? Should we move it that way? Should we move it up? Should we move it down? And it helps me with the treatment planning to make sure that I do it right. Now, obviously, this feature didn't exist, even just a few years ago, and we did plenty of ortho, but a lot of times we'd have to reboot, right? We'd kind of get started, and then we'd check, and then we'd do another refinement, and then maybe we change things, and we do another refinement. With this, I mean, I've seen enough cases now start to finish that I feel really confident. When I see this looking good, like I feel really confident. It makes me more confident on my treatment plan. And it also helps you explain it better to the patient because they can see, why do you like this version, version 5 better than version 6, especially when they have different options, because you can use this feature and show them. Now, there's a few caveats. And this, if you are from Align Technology and if I'm explaining something wrong, as always, you guys have been really cool lately. You're more than welcome. You have my email to contact me and say, hey, can you re-record this? You said something wrong. Not a problem. This is based on my questions and my understanding and the webinars I've gone to and the classes I've gone to, is that two things have to be done in order to be able to use this feature. And I'd say only probably 30 to 40% of the clients I work with have this feature enabled because they're not all doing it correctly. Or they don't have the right technology. Number one, you have to be using the Invisalign Practice app. I might be calling it the wrong thing, but the new app. It used to be called the Invisalign Photo Uploader app, but now it's called the Invisalign Practice app that is on your phone or on your iPad to take the photos. You can't be using a regular DSLR camera. Can't use it. So this is going to get you to get a little bit more modern and get rid of that DSLR camera. And I mean, I know you guys like them and they're fancy and they're nice, but sorry, even photographers now can do everything with an iPhone. Now remember, you shouldn't be using the doctor's iPhone because that's not HIPAA compliant, or a staff's iPhone that's not HIPAA compliant. You need to have a separate, iPhone without all kinds of apps and stuff like that. And internet and search and email and texting that is only on the office Wi-Fi. And if you're not sure about HIPAA and iPhones, you should contact someone who specializes in HIPAA because that's not me. Okay, but this is based on my understanding. Separate or an iPad, it's even better because you're not going to make phone calls from an iPad. And just take your photos and it's going to go ahead and sync directly from that app into the portal. So you don't have to email them or text them or anything like that, or transfer them or anything like that. And then you have to have that, okay? And then the other thing that you need to do with your photos is that you also, your photos. The other thing you need to do is you need to have a pretty modern version of the iTero. So it can't be an old iTero, like a 1 or a 2. I think it has to be the 5, but I'm not entirely sure which 5. So if you're not sure about that, call Invisalign, call Align Technology, call iTero and ask them which ones you can use for the smile or in-face smile feature. So once you're doing both of those things, you will be able to use that feature and it's going to help you with way more accurate treatment planning. It makes you a lot more confident. It helps you sell the case, helps you explain the case, it helps you make the right decision. And you're just going to get better and faster outcomes. I think it's definitely worth it. So check it out. All right, thanks.